This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So good morning. So next concept is what about cookie. So finally, what is a cookie? So did you have time yesterday to watch videos? What videos? Ah, చూసారా? Okay. What is a cookie? A cookie is a small amount of value or data that is saved inside a browser. అది cookie అంటే ఏంటి? Like a variable. ఒక్క word లో in one word you want me to say what is a variable? Tell me. A variable used to save some value or data. Why we will save some value or data in a variable? And to reuse, for reusability. Say, as of my this by seeing this definition, I understand what a variable can do. What a variable can do. A variable can uh, can save the value or data. Value or data. Value means what? 10 no, 20 no, hello, how are you, something you can save. Then tell me, what is a cookie then? Cookie also can save the value or data. Data or something. Small amount of, see, variable also small amount of data ne. True, where x is equal to 10. Small value we saved. Small value in the sense either bigger values or small, whatever you can, we can save into it. But I understand one thing. Variable is able to save the data. Cookie is able to save the data. But where cookie data will be saved? Inside the browser. Where variable data will be saved? Where variables are saved? Memory. What is the name of the memory? Every system have hard disk. Actually, memory is divided into some categories: primary memory, secondary memory, something like this. In which memory that will be saved? RAM under. What is a RAM? That's okay. What is the duty of it? Okay. If you have any confusion, start GPT. What is the question? Where system? I'm asking a question like this. Let us hit enter. Right, stack, heap, global memory, registers. They're saying something. Uh, stored in memory. Memory can be categorized into different types such as stack, heap, global memory, registers, or something like that. Actually, I'm expecting, okay, leave it. I'm expecting RAM or something. I'm expecting actually variables declared globally outside of any function are stored in a separate partition. Oh, at a different context. The place where you are declaring variables based on that they will be saved in the memory. Okay, leave it. Okay, no worries about it. Right. So, but I got one thing. Variable is saving some data, and where we will create the variables inside a file. Inside a file, we can access the variables. Cookies you are creating inside a file, but where cookie data will be saved in the browser. Difference enti? What's the difference? Both are saving data. Variable is saving data, and cookie is saving data. Tell me one thing. You are saving, all of you, listen this carefully. If you are saving some value in a variable, that variable available within the file or outside the file also can I access? Do you understand my question? I will declare some variables in one file. Can I access these variables into some other file directly? Is it possible? No, it is impossible. Why? Because variables are global to the file only. And that means what? If you are declaring some variables inside a file, they're available within the file only. We cannot access them outside of a file. That is called a variable. Cookie. Variables are global to the file. Global means if you are declaring a variable inside a file, wherever you want, you can access it. That is called global. I'm telling you, cookie is a super global variable. Normal variables, if you can see, you see where x is equal to 100, where y is equal to something you're writing. So these are what? Global. Global means what? They're available within the whole file. Once you declare on the top of the file, that we can access wherever you want. Wherever you want, we can access it. Wherever you want, we can access it. But what I'm telling you, cookie works like a super global variable. What is global variable? Available within the file. Then what is super global variable? I mean, if we can create a cookie in one file, that cookie we can access in some other file also. You see the difference? Normally, we have types of variables. We can declare variables inside a function. We can declare a variable outside a function. If we declare a variable inside a function, they call local variables. What they call? Local variables. If you declare the variables inside a file, they call global variable. What is a local variable? Inside, right. So see, let us talk about this also. I am writing a local variable. What is a local variable? In the sense, you have a function. You take some function, something like let x is equal to 100, let y is equal to 200. What these x and y are? They are local to the function. Can we access x and y outside of a function? No. Why? Because what is the scope of a local variable? They are available within the function only. They cannot be accessed outside. Okay. Now let us assume I'm creating two variables. Let a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20. What these two are? Global. Global means they can be accessible everywhere within the file. Everywhere within the file. Okay. Right. That is called local variable. Global. Local variable means what? Local variables means what? The variables which are declared inside a function are called local variables. What is the scope of it? They are available within the function only. We cannot access them outside. What is a global variable? They are declared inside a file. Those variables can able to access everywhere within the file only. Within the file. Can we access the global variables of one file into some other file directly? No, it's not possible. Now, that is called cookie. What is a cookie? A cookie is a super global variable that is created in one file that will access in all other files of your project. In your project, you have 100 files. In the 100 files, you created a cookie just in one file. That created cookie is available in each and every file automatically. Why? Because cookie is saved in the browser. Cookie is not saved in anywhere. Cookie is saved in the browser. Tell me, if you want to execute any of the file, you have to use the browser only. Na? Without browser, how can we see the output? So cookie is saved in the browser. So that cookie is available to each and every of the file you are running automatically. That is cookie. Right? What is a cookie? A cookie is a small amount of value or data that can be saved inside a browser. A cookie, write the point. A cookie can act like a super global variable. That means if a cookie is created in one file, that we can access in all other files also, all other files of a project, all other files of a project also, all other files of a project also. What is global variable? Within the file. Local within the function. Super global within the entire project. Any project low in your project, how many files are there? This is accessible in each and every file. That is called cookie. Anybody? Why we need cookies? Why we need cookies? To save the data. Why we need cookies and to save the data? So for saving data, we have variables, na? Then why should I need cookies? Sir, if I use variables, the variable data may be available within the file or within the function, sir. But the variables which I created in one file, they cannot available to other file automatically. So I can create a cookie. So that if you can create a cookie, that cookie can available in each and everywhere of the application. Your reason. This is one reason we can say. Actual reason is what you know. Before, if you want to understand why we need cookies, we should understand about HTTP protocol. Anybody? What is HTTP protocol? Protocol, HTTP protocol is set of rules and regulations. ఎందుకు? Why regulations, rules? To
transfer data from
data from
one server to
one server to another server. Okay, one server to another server. A protocol is a set of rules and regulations to transfer the data from one location to another location or one server to another server. Yeah, right. There are two types of protocols. Two types of protocols. What are the two types of protocols? Anybody? చూడాలా నేను వీడియోస్ ఏమి మూవీస్ రీల్స్ ఇప్పుడు నిజం చెప్పండి చూసారా లేదా రీల్స్ సీరియల్స్ సీరియల్స్ చూస్తారా ఎవరన్నా చూడరా ఓకే there are two types of protocol, stateful and stateless. Stateful and stateless. Side heading, stateful protocols. Anybody tell me what is the meaning of stateful? What is the meaning of stateful protocol? Anybody? చెప్పండి స్టేట్ఫుల్ ప్రోటోకాల్ అంటే ఏంటి? Yeah. Who can remember? Who cannot remember? Two things. There are two types of protocols. Some protocols can able to remember everything. Some protocols cannot able to remember anything. What are the examples of stateful? Who can remember everything? HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, TCP, UDP. What are the protocols can able to remember? So what are the examples of stateful? Who can remember everything? FTP, TCP, IP. Okay. As of now, I know these two. Then who cannot remember anything? Who can remember? FTP, TCP. Who cannot remember anything? Who can remember anything? HTTPS, HTTP. These protocols cannot remember anything. Generally, what are you expected? Stateful ante HTTP, HTTPS. You expected either. I know that, but it is reverse complete. Right. Then, right. Okay, na? Right. But okay, question, sir. Stateful can remember anything. Stateless cannot remember anything. If they are not remembering anything, then why should I use HTTP, HTTPS? Who can remember everything? FTP, TCP. So why people are not using FTP, TCP? They are able to remember everything now. Okay, let me tell you one situation here. Okay, all of you see this carefully. Okay, to understand why we need cookies, we should know P1, person 1, take person 2, like this I'm taking person 2, assume person 3, let us assume person 4. There are 4 persons are there. Let us assume like this. Okay, right. P1 needs to pay 100 rupees to P4. P2 needs to pay 200 rupees to P4. P3 needs to pay 300 rupees to P4. Total how much P4 should receive? Actually, we are expecting 600 rupees expecting. What is the output? 600 rupees we are expecting. Okay. P1 sending 100 rupees with the help of HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol post method they used is sending the data to 100 rupees to P2. And what is going to happen? P2 is receiving 100. P2 will receive the value 100. That's good. But here, all of you see this carefully. You should know one thing here. What is the amount P2 have? 200. P2 have 200 amount, right? Then here, what is going to be happen? Try to see. Actually, P2 sending by using post method, he is sending 200 rupees to P3 and he received 200. And what P3 can do using HTTP protocol, so post method is transferring 300. Total, how much amount P4 received? 300 or 600? 300 only. Remember carefully. P1 HTTP protocol sending data to P2. What P2 is doing? P2 needs to pay 200. P1 amount also collected. What is the P1? P1 name cheptunnadante, what is P1 says? To P2, I have to pay 100 rupees to P4. I'm sending the amount to you. You also need to provide 200 na. Your 200, my 100 sent to P4. Okay, P2. What is P2 saying there? P2 saying to P3, I have to pay 200 rupees. You have to pay 300 rupees. I'm sending 200 rupees to P3, what P3 needs to do? P3 needs to send 200, 300 to P4. And finally, the amount 600 need to be received by the P4. But how this transaction is happening with the help of HTTP protocol? With the help of HTTP protocol, the transaction is happening. Yes, sir, transaction is happening. But HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol. Na? Stateless means what? It can transfer 100 rupees to P2. P2 can able to see 100. And P2 needs to send 200 na. When P2 starts sending 200, P2 forget about the 100 rupees. He received actually, he forget about the 100 rupees. Why? Because transaction is happening with the help of HTTP protocol. It cannot remember anything. It can remember the current request data. After current request completed, and when P2 sending, he is sending 200 only. 200 received by P3. And now P3 how much needs to send? 500. Total 500. But P3 forget about the 200, is sending only 300 rupees to P4. Finally, P4 receiving 300 only. Actually, he has to receive 600. But how the transaction is happening at the HTTP protocol through transaction is happening. Okay, protocols cannot remember the data. Whatever you are transferring from, see, I send data to you. When you are sending your data to somebody, you are forgetting about my data. You are sending your data only. Got the clarity? We are 4 people. So person 1, person 2, person 4. So person 4, I have to pay 100 rupees. I send the 100 rupees to him. He has to send is 200 is 100 rupees. But what is happening when he is sending the money? He forget about my 100 rupees. He send his only 200 rupees to P3. What P3 is doing? P3 is needs to transfer 200 rupees, right? Sorry, problem 300 rupees. So what is the data P2 sent to P3? P3 is forgetting about 200 rupees. P3 transferring his 300 rupees to P4. Finally, P4 receives 300 rupees only. So why? Because the transaction is happening with the help of HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol. It cannot remember anything. It can remember the current request data only. It cannot remember the previous request data. Whatever I sent, it cannot able to remember. It can remember the current request data only. It can remember the current request data only. Then how can I send this amount? What the protocol? The problem of the protocol is what? They cannot remember. Protocol cannot able to remember. I have to make it remember the data. How do I make this remember the data? Okay, one thing. Sir, HTTP protocol is not able to remember the data. So then why can't I use TCP and FTP here? If I use TCP, FTP, they can remember the data, na? They can remember the data. Everything they can remember, and finally 600 P4 can receive. But the problem is what? We are using always HTTP protocol only. Why I cannot use TCP and FTP protocols here? What is the reason maybe? TCP, FTP protocols, they can remember everything. They can remember everything. That's why they are very, very, very slow. Why? Because they can remember everything. That's why they are very slow. HTTPS protocols, they cannot remember anything. That's why they are very, very faster. That's why they are very, very faster. Simple reason. If I use TCP or something for loading a website, if I type something right now, if I write something right now, HTTP or something right now, maybe HTTP example.com use not HTTP, TCP facebook.com. If I type, it will take 1-2 hours to load the Facebook page. But HTTPS, if you write facebook.com, immediately website is opening. Why? They're very, very faster. HTTP, HTTPS are very, very faster. Why they are very, very faster? And they cannot remember anything. Brainless protocol. Gajini. You know very well. Em undadu. Current data they can remember, and after that they will forget everything. You know Gajini movie? What is the theme of the Gajini movie? Short-term memory loss. Like this HTTPS protocols are there. Whatever the data I can send, you can see the data. After 5 minutes, you will forget about the data. Maybe Gajini 15 minutes, huh?
Yes.
Maybe he forget in 15 minutes, but protocols will forget the data immediately. I can send data, you can see it, but you can forgetting the data immediately. That's the problem of the protocols. But who can remember everything? TCP, FTP, they can remember everything. Why people are not using them and then they are very slow, very slow, dead slow. That's why they are not used. They are not used in a web application. Okay, whatever the data the protocols cannot able to remember, that data we can save inside cookies. That's the reason cookies introduced. That is the reason they introduced a concept called cookie. In backend, they introduced the concept of session, cookie and session. Cookies are client side, sessions are server side. But don't worry about the server side. Now let us talk about the client side. Why cookie? Cookies are used to save the application data inside the browser. Why should I save? Because of the protocols. Protocols are cannot save the previous request data. Whatever the data the protocols cannot able to remember, that data I have to save inside the server. Sorry, cookie. That is the main reason why we needed to use cookies, to save the application data. To save the application data or values, right? So to save the application data. At the point, HTTP protocols are stateless. That means they cannot remember previous request data network. Whatever the data the protocols cannot remember, whatever the data the protocols cannot able to remember, that data we can save inside a cookie. So the cookie data is available within the entire web application, entire web application, entire web application. That is the reason. Why should I use cookies? Finally, because of the stateless protocols, they cannot remember anything. To make them to remember, we have to use the concept called right point. This cookies concept is common in Java, .NET, Python, everywhere. But by using Java, by using .NET, I can create a cookie. But wherever you are creating cookie, using server also you can create cookie. Using client also you can create a cookie. JavaScript is what? Client side programming. PHP, Java, .NET is what? Server side programming. So by using server side can I create cookies, or by using client side I can create cookies? We can create cookies both ways. We can create cookies in client side, we can create cookies in server side. Okay. By using JavaScript, if we can create a cookie, where it will be saved? In the browser. By using Java.NET, I'm creating cookies. Where they will be saved? Inside server only. Inside server? No, inside browser only. Cookie and MTech. The cookie created by client side technology, or the cookie created by server side technology. Whatever it may be, cookies are always saved inside browser. The cookie at can create using Java.NET, using JavaScript jQuery, React, Angular, whatever the cookie you created, that is always saved inside the browser. Sessions ఉంటాయి కదా, అది సెషన్ ఎప్పుడు సర్వర్ లో సేవ్ అవుతుంది. Can I create session by using JavaScript? No. Sessions are created always by using backend technology. But cookies are created by using client side, by using backend also. Backend లో create చేయొచ్చు, అలానే we can get cookies in client also. Client means browser. Backend server means Java.NET Python. Okay. Write one note point also. Small note point about the cookie. Note. Cookies are created by using client-side technologies as well as server-side technologies. However, you created a cookie using backend or using client-side. Cookies are always saved in the browser. అది మాత్రం blind గా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Cookie. We can create cookie by using Java.NET. We can create cookies by using JavaScript also, but they are always saved inside the browser only. Okay, no need to write the point, right? Got the clarity? Right. This is the main purpose of the main purpose of creating cookie, right? So next, types of cookies. చెప్పండి types of cookies. Bakery any types of cookies ఉంటాయి? How many types of cookies are there in bakery? So many types of cookies. Cookie is a sweet item or food item? I mean hot item. It's a biscuit, maybe sweet item. Hmm? Right. Types of cookies. In-memory cookie. First one. Second one is going to be persistent cookie. In-memory cookie and persistent cookie. In-memory cookies and persistent cookies. What is an in-memory cookie? What is a persistent cookie? What is an in-memory cookie? What is a persistent cookie? Okay, Visham, one more thing. Without the cookies concept, there is no internet banking. So you have to log in, right? Wherever you are logging, there is a cookie. Gmail login, Facebook login. If you are logging in the sense, there is a cookie. There is a cookie. Without cookie, nothing is there. Okay. Let me log into an application, facebook.com. So I'm logging many days back. I don't know whether my password is it. Oh my God, what's the password? Password correct? Wrong password entered. What is the code? I have to enter the code. Huh? Sent it to mail ID. How can I find this code? Wait for a second. I just want to show you about the cookie functionality. That's why I logged in. After many days logging, 364081. The password correct, na? Finally. Hey, I have to set new password. Hey, what is this, man? Showing, I have to hide. Okay, then I am hiding the password. Continue. What is my password? Starts with vision. Okay. Log out of other devices. Stay logged in. Continue. Okay. Some of the pages will be look like this. Okay. No need to worry. How to log out from the Facebook? Okay. You will go here. Click the logout button. I don't want to click logout, but I want to log out from the Facebook. How do I do? How do I do? Delete the cookies. If you can delete the cookies, you will log out automatically. We don't want to do something. You know, how do I do this? Right click on the website, all of you. Right click on the website, go to inspect. I think you are able to see top console, network, sources, performance like this. You go to the application. Where we will go? Application. Left side you will see some menu items. Able to see the menu items? What are the menu items you are able to see? Local storage, session storage, index DB, there is a concept called cookies. Click on the cookies, double click on the cookies. Facebook cookies. Select the Facebook. The cookies created for the Facebook is what? They are all. And this is going to be created for what? Nothing. Right. So here I have a lot of cookies now. Let us delete the cookies. What is the meaning of this? Clear all cookies. Right. I cleared all the cookies. I just want to refresh the page. I logged out. Any application, maybe internet banking, maybe Gmail, YouTube, or anything you are logging, if we can delete the cookies, they will be destroyed. So I mean, how, see, when you are logging to the application, they will create, sorry, first when you log into the application, what you will enter here, your username and password. Okay, now all of us see this carefully. You're entering the username and password, right? So after entering the username and password, here you will submit the button. On submit the button, the data submitted to server. What server will do? Server will verify the username and password is correct or not. If they correct, then it will create a cookie and send to the browser. What server will do? Server will verify the details. If the details are okay, server is creating a cookie and sending to browser. So in the browser, the cookie contains your information. If I log in, it contains my information. If you log in, it contains your information. Okay? For every user, a cookie will be created. In that cookie, that is saving your information. What is your information? Your name or something. They will say some unique information of you. Then only that knows who logged in. You logged in, I logged in. If I log in, it will show my profile. If you log in, it will show your profile. How that knows who logged in? By using the cookie. If there is no cookie, this is whose profile I have to show? Your profile or my profile? There is an ambiguity. That's why every server like Java, IRCTC, Java, right? If you are in IRCTC website, if you are inactive for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, it will log out automatically. Of course, internet banking also will do the same thing. You log it automatically, right? So this is all done with the help of cookies. Without cookie, we cannot imagine the login application. There is no login. There is nothing. Okay, when you are logging, they are verifying the credentials. After they are creating the cookie, and they are sending to server. When you are clicking the logout button, what they will be telling you?
There also.
When you are clicking logout button, when you are at the time of login, they created a cookie. Na? When you are clicking logout button, what is the cookie they created at the time of login? That cookie will be deleted. If that cookie deleted, you log out. This is the behind the scenes the story. The cookies content. Cookie is a lot of used thing in the real time. Many places they will use the concept of for backend applications, for front-end applications. Cookie is one of the most used concepts. Okay, right. Now you see, I am going to my Gmail. Okay, I closed it. If I can write Gmail, okay, generally, okay, first you see the Facebook. I have the URL facebook.com/home means I have to go to the home page actually. Slash, I'm directly going to home.php. Hit enter. Am I going to home page directly? No, it's not allowing me. But when I'm typing home.php, how that knows am I logged in or not? Login am I coming to login without login? How that knows? Home page will check the person coming to the home page is coming with login or without login. Home page will identify. How this will identify? Cookie created na home.php. The right one was cookie there in the browser. Show the home page. Cookie is not there in the browser. Show the login page. Okay, that much important the cookie. Even internet banking also. If wherever you are logging, there is a cookie in it. Without, so if you are disabling the cookies in the browser, we cannot log into any banking application or anything. First of all, there is no login functionality. If you disable the cookies in the browser, you cannot log in. We cannot. If you can disable the cookies, if your browser is not supporting cookies, you cannot log into any of the application. It's not possible. Okay, that's what the important of the cookie. Okay, and you see, let us log into Facebook again. The password? Huh? You don't know? You show. You said right. Vision @123. What is the worst password? Uh, wait. Let us approve this. Login again. Yes, I have to. Even though if you know my password, you cannot log in only because I have to approve here. Then only I can able to log in. Okay, right. You have to. Everybody should do like this. You have to set two-factor authentication for everything. Okay, right. I am able to log in. Very nice. See again. Let us press F12. Go to the application. All of you see this carefully. I want to show you age of the cookie. Okay, right. Let me show you the age of the cookie here. Okay, yeah. Can you see, guys? Here, this is a cookie created just now. When created? It's created just now. The cookie. This is a cookie. What is this number? This may be my ID in the Facebook. I think every user has some ID, an unique ID. Maybe my account number in the Facebook. Maybe this is. Okay, right. My account number maybe this is. But one thing, when I logged in, just now I logged in. But can you see expires and max age? When it is going to expire? 2025 0406 06 16 02. This is GMT time, don't worry about it. Okay, almost all this will be available in the system for 1 year. Then next year 2025 April 6th after that cookie is available. Okay, up to there you don't need to log in every time. See, all the one time if I log in Facebook, second time also you don't need to log in. Close the browser. After the 5 days after that you open the browser again, Facebook will log in automatically. We don't want to log in. Why? Because the cookies. Okay, when you're typing facebook.com, first that will check that. Already logged in before, it will verify the cookie. Cookie is there, it will send to home page. We don't want to re-log in again. If the cookie is not there, it will ask you to log in again. But when you log in, a cookie will be created for up to 1 year. I told you two types of cookies now. One is persistent cookie, one is in-memory cookie. Persistent, what is the meaning of persistent? Continuous, very good. Long term, long run, something like this. It's called persistent cookie. Means the cookies which are created with expiration time. Expiration time. Okay, if I create a cookie right now, it has to be available up to 1 day, 1 year, 24 hours, IRCTC, 10 minutes, or 5 seconds, 5 minutes, internet banking, 5 minutes. Meanwhile, if you are not doing any activity, the cookies will be destroyed. Okay, the cookies which are created with the expiration time are called persistent cookies. The cookies are created without expiry time are called in-memory cookies. In-memory cookies are destroyed automatically if you can close the browser. But persistent cookies are destroyed when the expiry time is completed. They cannot be, see, even if you can close the browser, persistent cookies cannot be deleted. Who can delete it? In-memory cookies only deleted. Why? Because they don't have any expiry time. If I set any expiry time for a cookie, the cookie is available that many years or that many months, something like this available. Okay, right. Same thing. Now you can come here now. What is in memory? At the point, the cookies which are created without expiration time, without expiration time, are called in-memory cookies. In-memory cookies. In-memory cookies will destroy automatically. We can close the browser automatically if we can close the browser. If we can close the browser, in-memory cookies will be destroyed automatically. Write the cookie. This is the way of creating cookie. Document.cookie is a property. All of you see this carefully. Cookie equal to, you can write key equal to value. This is a way of creating a cookie. So one more cookie. Key 1 equal to value 1. Key 2 equal to value 2. Like this, you can get a number of cookies. Okay, now right. So in memory cookie. Next one is what? Persistent cookie. What is the meaning of persistent cookie? The cookies which are created with expiration time are called persistent cookies. Are called persistent cookies. Are called persistent cookies. Persistent cookies will destroyed automatically when persistent cookies will destroyed automatically if the expiration time is completed. If the expiration time is completed only. If you can close the browser, they cannot be deleted. When they can be deleted, if the expiration time is complete, then only they will delete it. Okay. So wait for a second. Give me 1 second. Document cookie. So 1 second, please. I want to give the format of the expiration time cookie format. I forget this. Yeah, you write this example. This is a way of creating the username key equal to value. Write the something as per the syntax. Key equal to value. Expires is equal to. This is the way you have to set it. APR. Sunday's date ఏంటండి 9 8 8 and the 2 days cookie available in the system. The cookie that is created by you is available in the system for 2 days only. So this is a way of creating cookie, either persistent cookie, either in-memory cookie with the same, but here expires is a value, expires is a predefined equal to how many days, how many years you want to set it, that you can write here. What is your password? Facebook password. I know. Your mobile number is your password, right? Change immediately. Who have your mobile number as your password? Hmm? Okay, guys. This implementation practically we will see in the next session. The programmatically how to create a cookie and how to check the cookies, where the cookies available that we created. And one more thing, these cookies will work with HTTP protocols only. If there is no HTTP protocol, they cannot be work. I mean, so if you are running a file like this, they cannot be work. See, for example, generally we will run the file like this. Kada? If you have file protocol here, cookies cannot work. Here, what is the protocol should be there? HTTP protocol should be there. This I will show you on Monday session. Okay, na? Yeah. Got the cookie? Finally, what is a cookie? Food item, right? Cookie is a food item. Cookie is a biscuit. Write the point and leave for the day, and we will continue same in Monday session. You have holiday, right?